Want to play the Vedanga?
Yes.
Recording in progress.
Jaya Radha Madhava Tuya Beham Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Yashodharandana Prajaranjana Yashodharandana Prajaranjana Yamatira Vanachari Yamatira Vanachari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Naram Cheva Narottanam
Narajaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
To Jamudiraya
Tato Jayamudiraya
Nastavaisya Vatvesya
Nastapraya Svabhadeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki.
By regular attendance of the class of the Bible and by rendering service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is nearly completely destroyed, and loving devotion to the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. Today I will read a very important verse of the Bhagavatam, its second canto. It's in the Bhagavatam, you have the Bhagavatam Chatusloki. Also in the Bhagavatam, you have the Bhagavad Gita, you have the Bhagavad Gita Chatusloki. Have I notes?
10.8 to 11.
Amsavasya Prabhavona.
Mattasarvam Prabhupada.
Yutti Matpavajantanam
Udava Samanita.
Machita Machatapan.
Anabudanta Parasparam.
Katyam
Antam
Samam.
Tantushanti Charamanticha.
And then Satatam
Tesame Banukam Partham.
No, Tesham Satayukta.
Janam Bhajatam Pritipurvakatam. Dadami Bhakti Yogam Tam.
And then
Teshame Banukam Partham. Ahamagyana Jamtama. Nashayam Vastu Jeno Dipe. Bhashyatam.
So these are four essential verses of Bhagavad Gita, but similarly you have, and it's a summary of the Bhagavad Gita, practically, and describes the complete process of devotional service. But in the Bhagavatam, you have also four verses which are called seatful verses, called Srimad Bhagavatam Chatusloki also. And these verses were received to Brahma through the heart. It is said in the first Bhagavatam, first verse of the Bhagavatam, Janmati Yasya Yatam Vayatitartas Satis Abhikaskarat.
Tene Brahma Vidayam Kavayam Tejats.
But Tene Brahma Vidaya Kavye. So, and that means Lord Brahma has received the Vedas to the heart. That the Vedas to the heart. That are we also receiving the Vedas to the heart?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are listening you and entering through the ear to the heart. Thinking about it. What you are saying to the heart.
Well, that's the external thing. But Krishna gives you the realization of the verses through the heart. If we have the proper attitude, you can hear the verses, you can remember them, you can study them and not quit them. Just theoretical knowledge will not help us. It's the realization of the knowledge. That and this realization comes when we have the proper attitude. And that takes a while before we get to this proper attitude. You must become purified, and then Krishna reciprocates. That he reciprocates, and he says that in the Bhagavad, it's explained in the Bhagavatam by Sutta Goswami, this process of understanding the Bhagavatam. So by hearing the Bhagavatam with great care and attention, and by rendering service to the pure devotee, to the Mahatma, or the spiritual master. This combination gives taste. One becomes attracted to the Bhagavatam. And that means you become purified. And Krishna purifies us. How does he do that is explained in the next verse. Krishna sees we become attracted to him. That by serving the spiritual master and hearing about him, and we are eager to hear more about him, then Krishna, or from within the heart, he destroys all our anarthas. That's the purification of the heart. That yes, good.
How is he cleaning ours? Like if I clean something and put it aside, wind may put it again, spread my heart with dirt. Because a lot of devotees say they almost thought they're kind of liberated, but then those desire like pops again.
It pops up
So
again.
they say maybe that the cleaning was not burned or ash turned into ashes, is like blown again.
That's explained in the Bhagavatam in 6th canto. We have the beginning of that
Prayaschitta.
Prayaschitta.
Mm.
We chant, we may even get rid of our karma, but still we are not purified. What is to be purified? Our karma is to be purified, is that the only thing? That get rid of your karma, that's the purpose of life.
Develop attractions.
That
Can you? That's the question. Saying is one thing.
what the spirit soul, what's the action of the spirit soul? And what is karma? Karma is temporary, it's material reactions.
Born from avidya.
But what does the soul do? Before doing karma, work, what does it do?
Contemplate.
What's action of the soul?
The action of the soul.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Serve the Lord. Serve the Lord. And it's supposed to show
Does that start with what does it start?
chanting.
Yeah, but before chanting.
Desire.
Desire. That's the point. But attachment, that's what the soul does. The rest is done by material nature. All the other things are done by material nature. And if we think we are doing them, then we are in illusion. And these 4 verses of the Bhagavatam, we will study the second verse. And the second verse gives a definition of illusion. Kriteritam yat pratyetam na pratyeta atmani tat vitya atmano mayam yata vastu yata tamaha. Translation. O Brahma, because this knowledge is given to Brahma, to the heart. The Lord says, O Brahma, whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, as no reality, know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears to be in darkness. That's the definition of illusion. So, Lord Krishna to the heart of Brahma says that everything is connected with me. And if you don't see that connection, you are in illusion. Can someone repeat what I just said? What is illusion? for this illusion?
which is showing no connection with Krishna.
Seeing things as unconnected to Krishna. Everything, seeing everything is nothing.
Yeah. Not connected to Krishna.
Or that which is not connected.
Yeah.
But anytime if we see the connection, then it is not mine.
Yeah.
Taste of all.
Then we see the connection with Krishna. How is that called?
Sambandha.
Krishna consciousness. Seeing the connection with Krishna. If we don't see the connection with Krishna, what do we see?
Maya conscious.
Prakriti.
Prakriti, material nature. So many things that Krishna says what we see is illusion. Let's try to understand this. Not easy. But what? In the previous verse, it has already been concluded that in any stage of the cosmic manifestation, its appearance, its sustenance, its growth, its interactions of different energies, its deterioration, and its disappearance all has its basic relation with the existence of the personality of Godhead. And as such, wherever there is forgetfulness of this prime relation with the Lord, and whenever things are accepted as real without being related to the Lord, that conception is called a product of the illusory energy of the Lord. Because nothing can exist without the Lord, it should be known that the illusory energy is also an energy of the Lord. The right conclusion of dovetailing everything in relation with the Lord is called Yoga Maya, or the energy of union. And the wrong conception of detaching a thing from its relationship with the Lord is called the Lord's Deva Maya or Mahamaya. Both the Mayas also have connections with the Lord, because nothing can exist without being related to Him. As such, the wrong conception of the touching relationship from the Lord is not false but illusory. So this is a very long paragraph. We should not think that we know everything about this deep knowledge. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Vishnu Matre Bhaktivedanta Swami Namo Namaste Saraswati Devi Pramani Vachani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtachani Vizamdam Srila Prabhupada So you have Krishna and you have his energies.
Archangel.
Everyone is. I need your attention, because without your attention, my speaking is useless.
Correct.
And you will not get home.
Can you close the door? I mean, window.
So
So we don't have to see outside.
That,
Full scanning is done. Thank you.
was it? So in the previous verse, it's of the I'm waiting till everyone got them.
Okay.
Good. In the previous verse, it is explained how Krishna is the source of everything. Please be attentive. In the previous verse, it is explained how Krishna is the source of everything. And that's essentially in the Bhagavatam. In the second canto, in the third canto, twice the whole creation is explained. why is the creation explained? To show how everything is connected with Krishna. Because you have Krishna and you have his energies. Shiva Goswami says the absolute truth. Vedanta tattvavis tattvam jnanam tattvayam pameti paramatmeti paripanti sapyate. Absolute is three aspects: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. And so Brahman means the Lord's spiritual energy, that which is eternal. Paramatma is the Lord's presence in every atom. And Bhagavan is the source of Paramatma and Brahman. So Shiva Goswami said they are all three the absolute truth, but all the features of the absolute truth are fully realized when we realize the Bhagavan feature. And this full realization is Satchit Ananda. It's eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. And unless we come to the platform of a common devotee, Bhagavan realization, we don't have the Ananda, which is coming from Bhakti, loving Krishna. But Shiva Goswami says, yes, this is the absolute truth. But then besides the absolute truth, you have the Lord's energies. The Lord's energies. His Shaktis, energies. And here, it is said in this verse, if we see the energies but are not connecting it, that these are the Lord's energies, we are in illusion. That Prabhupada further in the purport explains, he speaks about dovetailing. Because it's Krishna's energy, we must use it in his service. That we must connect the energies with Krishna. That energies in Vrindavan are represented by Radharani. She presents the main Vladini Shakta energy. Krishna has many energies, but she's representing Krishna's energies. That and Krishna is energetic. It's the source of all energies. Like you have a powerhouse is the source of electricity. But the energy we find here, the lamp, it's burning. That the dovetailing means we are using this energy and connect it with Krishna. And that's essential in devotional service. In Vrindavan, which is a replica of Goloka Vrindavan in the spiritual world, everyone wants Radharani and Krishna together. That's, well, Shatila Kotila is an exception. They want to prevent it, but that's to give spice to the pastime. But they want all Radha and Krishna together. So a devotee wants Krishna's energy and Krishna together, always. That's our philosophy. We want to bring it together. A materialist sees a beautiful flower and he thinks, oh, that's very beautiful, I enjoy it, I will snip it. The devotee sees a beautiful flower and he thinks, oh, Krishna is the greatest artist. He created such a beautiful flower. And yes, I want to have the flower to offer to my deity, offer to Krishna. So that is essential. That one is Maya, illusion, the other is the transcendental reality. Because everything belongs to Krishna. That the whole Ramayana is based on that. Ravan wants Sita. He doesn't want Rama. for his enjoyment. He wants Sita, but not Ram. That's demonic. But the devotees of Ram, they want Ram and Sita together. So this is essential in our philosophy. But it goes a little deeper. That's knowledge on the surface. In Bhagavad Gita, it is explained that Praktikyamani guna sausa guna Praktikyamani guna karma sausa
Ahankara
vimoda maka itiman. That's 327 in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Praktikyama Kriyamanani Guna Karma Sarvasa Ankara Vimudatma Kartamitiman. Vimudatma, very happy word. Muda means hands. Vimuda means super hands. In the 70s, the devotee was distributing books in the airport. At that time, that was still possible. And he wanted to distribute books to an Indian person. But want to give him Bhagavad Gita or so on. But he was an atheist. And he said to the devotee, I don't want it, go away. And the devotee opened the book and he said, then Krishna says you are a Vimuda. And the man became very angry and called the police to the police. He's calling me a Vimuda. And the police came, Vimuda? He didn't know what it was. Anyway, a very heavy word. Prakati Kriyamana Nikona Karma Search.
That's a nice joke. I like that.
It means that everything is done by material nature in this form. That by the energy of the Lord, everything is done. And if we think that we are doing things, then Krishna says you are a Vimuda. Like Prabhupada never said, oh, I'm going to preach and my preaching, everything will go okay. Prabhupada always said, no, it's all the mercy of my Guru Maharaj. Krishna has sent his boys and girls that he prayed on the Jaladuta in Markine Bhagavad Dharma, that he prayed that yes, they gave me the title Bhaktivedanta. But I'm grateful, I don't know anything. But you can make it true. You speak to me. You use me as an instrument, as a puppet. And that's the only thing we can do. Someone who says, I will go to that place and I will make devotees, is a fool. That thinking, by my preaching ability, I will make devotees. You will do nonsense and so on. That should be understood. We have this knowledge, humility is based on knowledge. Knowledge that we are not to do it. What are we doing? So, can I repeat it? What is the soul doing?
So it's within the heart, resting within 5 areas.
Yeah, but what is he doing?
Desire.
What do we do?
Desire.
Desire. You desire, that's all. That, and the rest is done by material nature. I'm speaking now, but I'm not speaking. The Supersoul is speaking.
How?
This Supersoul is speaking, moves my lips.
Oh, that's demigods are arranging.
That's
But you are initiating cause, Maharaj.
Hmm?
You are initiating cause.
I'm initiating cause
Yeah.
by
Desire.
desire.
Yeah,
That's all.
Instrumental.
That's all. That's my doing. That, but what I remember, what comes in my remembrance, I'm
That's Supersoul.
not in control. What I'm going to say, I'm not in control. I desire to speak on a certain subject now, and Krishna gives me the remembrance.
Mhm.
Sarvasya Vidishan Vishnu Matas Midranama Kamstam. Krishna said, I'm seated in the heart. For me comes remembrance knowledge and forgetfulness. But if we think we are doing things in this world, then we muta. That means we have to be really confronted. But the higher position you take in spiritual life, the more humble you must become. And the more aware you have to become. Like only things happen like this must go. Preaching is letting Krishna use you as an instrument. And don't put things in the way. That, but that is also seeing Krishna. Seeing Krishna doing things every moment. So this is Krishna consciousness. Your consciousness becomes deeper, 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 because you see Krishna acting in this world.
But Maharaj, if I'm driving, I'm careless, and I kill someone, in the court they're not going to punish somebody else. I am the only one who will experience the pain. So initiating cause will not be enough. Even though it's right what you are saying, then material nature is doing it, but material nature is not suffering the experience. I will be.
No. Material nature is suffering the experience.
Maharaj, I am experiencing when somebody whips me, I feel the pain.
Fine. But this is all because desire means responsible. You need responsible desires. That's one point. But you are not suffering. It's material nature who is suffering, and we are identifying with it. The soul cannot suffer.
Maharaj, liberated soul cannot suffer. But conditioned soul is suffering.
It's not suffering. It's suffering because it's identifying with the body.
Yes, that's the whole point. Even if soul knows that I'm not this body, that doesn't mean he can be out of body without bhakti. So it's a process.
13th chapter. Prakritchev Sakaramna Kriyamani Sarasa Yapashata Tatman Akartam Sapashati. When you can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, can see that the self does nothing, actually sees that others, that anyway, this is explained in the 11th canto of the Bhagavatam about suffering, that suffering is experienced in the mind.
Yes.
Why are we experience this suffering? The question is there in the 11th canto. what is experience suffering? Suffering.
Maharaj, for an example, in my dream, if lion is chasing, maybe it's illusion created, it's correct. When I wake up, I don't see the lion, but the feeler, I, the soul, who felt the pain of rescuing my life, I was running, that's real.
The soul,
The feeler
does,
is
the
real.
soul does not feel the pain.
Alright.
Maharaj, it is I who experience.
No,
Mana param karanam 11th.
let's go further. In the 11th canto, Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita. I'm asking questions. I can't give directly answers.
For 10.28.1, sorry, 11.28.1, it says Parasvabhava Karmani, na garhet na prasangya. Okay. One should not see others' fault or anything because it is just a combination, or should not glorify or judge others because it's a combination of matter and spirit. I agree, Maharaj, but still, if when I experience ice cream in my mouth, I feel that sweetness, it's I am experiencing.
That is the deep illusion. The identification with the body is very deep, but still it is illusion.
Maharaj, when I'm experiencing prasadam, it's illusion.
The soul can't actually appreciate.
When you experience prasadam, because it's connected with Krishna, it's not illusion.
Okay, from that angle, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But the experiencer, feeler is me. The soul exists. Otherwise, there would not be question
The
of.
soul will feel ananda. Yeah. Yeah, that's a spiritual experience. But let's go back to the point. What is feeling the pain? Where do you feel the pain?
In the mind.
In the mind,
In the mind.
yes.
So it's an experience of the mind. Are you the mind?
Theoretically, no. But
No.
practically, majority, even devotee majority, they experience as a mind, as a body.
Yeah.
If somebody whipping me, I'm not this body, it will not affect. I will be crying. If somebody whip me and blood is coming out, Haridas Thakur, yes, his body was feeling pain. His body was falling apart, but he did not experience. There it says, Namanande dehos dukkha na hoy prakash. He was so absorbed in Nama Ananda that he did not. But Mahaprabhu says, you did not react. That's why I took all the whips on my back. So somebody is experiencing, okay, when I'm surrendered completely, okay, that experience is taken by someone. But experiencer is real.
Let's go back.
Okay.
The pain is experienced in the mind. So why are we identifying with that pain?
Why we are identifying?
With that pain. What's the cause?
Because we're identifying with happiness.
With the mind. I'm thinking.
Ahankar. Ahankar is the cause.
Ahankar is not experience happiness and pleasure. It's the mind.
Ahankar-
Ahankar is the honor and dishonor.
Ahankar is the cause of feeling the pain in the mind as one's own pain. That is what Krishna says in the Veda.
Maharaj, I remember reading this Jitendriya Prashanta Paramatma Samhita. Shitoshna Sukho Dukkeshu Tatha Mana Apamanayam. These three Baladev Vidyabhushan breakdown, he says Mana Apaman, honor, dishonor is by the ego. Happiness and distress is by the mind. That cold and hot is by the physical body.
So anyway, it's what Krishna says, Ahankar is the cause of feeling the pain as the pain of the soul, and it's not factual. That's what Krishna says. I'm not going to change it.
So Maharaj, if one is detached from the body, he feels less pain, he would say. Like if the soul is
I give you an example that why do we feel pain is attachment. So
So one who's
if
detached.
you think this is my car, and someone makes a little scratch in it, you feel the pain as your pain because you identify that. But from the moment you identify that this belongs to Krishna, and because this belongs to Krishna, then I must use it in Krishna's service, but it's not mine. You become like a cashier who is counting money. Someone comes to the bank and gives money, puts money on the bank account. That then is the cashier happy? No. He just takes it, puts it on the bank. And someone comes and withdraws $100,000 from his bank account. Is the cashier going to cry? No, he dips it.
How do you answer that, Maharaj?
Hmm.
When Kalapahar, there was a demon Kalapahar or rogues, he was going to different temples in India and he was literally looting with his 7 people. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave a comment that these 2,200 priests are praying Lord for protection. If they would stood up, this 7 guy with Kalapahar would run away. So should we just pray? Well, it's Krishna's, or we should feel responsible and fight back to protect Krishna's property. I should feel pain if somebody attacked Krishna's temple.
The point that we are making is that it's because of that material attachment we are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
That when someone takes something away that belongs to Krishna and that is under our care, then we may also feel pain, but that's of a different nature.
Yes.
That is spiritual.
Mm.
But it's connected with Krishna. And
Well, is there a distinction between emotional pain and physical pain? So sometimes, even if we have some realization that I am not this body and nothing belongs to me, so at an emotional level, it may be understandable, we may be detached from the pain, but at the physical level, we still feel the pain. I mean, if there's a disease or if there's an accident or something.
yeah, but again, we are speaking here about ultimate reality. Ultimate reality is experienced by the Uttam Adhikar only, who is beyond liberation.
Mm-hmm.
That as long as we don't have that level, there is false ego.
Mm.
And there is experience of the pain as our pain. But we are speaking about the ultimate reality, the distinction between illusion and reality.
Mm.
So if we feel the pain of the body and so on, it is due to ahankar and it's due to illusion. And that shows how deep the illusion is. It's not easy to get rid of it. Many times it takes many lifetimes because we have cultivated it for millions of years. And that is the ultimate reality. And that is what is explained here.
No, I have no doubts about that knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just asking if it is possible if someone has this conviction and realization, even if someone has that realization that I'm a servant of Krishna and I'm the body, that he will not feel the physical pain in case he's hurt. Is that possible? Is the question.
That is possible if one is an Uttam Adhikar, a liberated person.
Okay.
But that is a very high realization, and we should not even discuss that here. But I'm bringing it up to show how deep our illusion factually is. When I said that yesterday, when the devotees to the Prabhupada Prabhupada, thank you. Without you, I would now have been in Maya. And Prabhupada said, you are always in Maya. Then you can understand that statement, the deepness of that, the depth of that statement.
Yes.
So in that sense, but then the question is, how do we get rid of this ahankas? What is the process? You have the subtle body, you have the mind, you have the intelligence, and you have this ahankar. How do we get rid of this ahankar? This ahankar will disappear. It disappears. When the body and the manas, when the mind and intelligence become purified or spiritualized. If they are completely spiritualized, the ahankar disappears. And ahankar means our illusion factory disappears. So how do we purify the mind? How do we do that?
Thinking of Krishna.
Manmana. Krishna says manmana. You should always think of Krishna. Krishna is a purificatory factor which purifies the mind. And what are the methods to think of Krishna? Chanting,
Hearing.
deities, service.
service,
Reading the Prabhupada books.
Karnam Kirtanam Vishnu
The nine
Smaranam
process.
Sadasevnam Aksham Brahmam Dasyam Sakyam Atmani Veda. 9 processes of devotional service. And we are now practicing Shravana Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranim by discussing the Bible. That's called the Bhagavat Vidhi process. But we are also practicing the Pancharatrika Vidhi, or the method how to connect with Krishna, that given by Narada Muni, comes from Brahma. He got it in 5 nights because the 2 demons at the beginning of creation, that Kaitava and Madhu stole the Vedas from the mind of Brahma. There's a very subtle theft. And Brahma lost the Vedas, and he did for some thousands of celestial years tapasya for it. And then Krishna gave it, and it took a long time. And so he prayed to Krishna, please give me the Vedas again. But it took so long, so give me first the essence. And Krishna gave the essence in 5 nights. Therefore it's called Pancharatna, 5 nights. And then later it was distributed by Narada, which refined and explained it, and therefore it has become Narada Pancharatna. And that is our process of deity worship. In act of devotion, Krishna gave 64 items of devotional service. 10 things to do, 10 things not to do. And then he gives 44 items. And that's all Pancharatrika Vidhi. That's all these methods. Therefore, and these are methods how to connect with Krishna in a very practical way. So we should be acquainted with them, how to connect. Therefore, that's explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Therefore, Prabhupada says that every devotee should know this book within and without, because it's a manual of devotional service, how to connect with Krishna. But especially the mind is purified by all these methods, because it leads to manmana, thinking of Krishna. If Krishna is in the mind becomes purified. So that's our process of purification. How does the intelligence become purified?
By study of scriptures.
Study of scriptures. That's what we are doing now. We must develop these godly qualities. Abhaya, sattva, samsudira. Sattva, samsudira means purification of the mind and intelligence. And then one becomes abhay.
Fearless.
Then, because one is detached, one becomes fearless. I realize I'm a spirit soul, I have nothing to do with this body, with this pain, all these things. So it's important when you are feeling pain. What do you do? In the seat of the dentist. What do you do? What do we learn?
Yeah. Panic.
Don't think about it too much.
That's very important. Concentrate your mind on something else,
Yeah.
not on the mind. That the more you have somewhere pain, and your mind becomes more and more absorbed in it. You feel more and more pain. When I was a young boy, I was 5 years old, and I toothache, very heavy, very heavy. And a friend came. We were playing with these little soldiers, and anyway, we became engaged in playing. And during the play, no pain. But the friend went away, and the pain came back. Where do we put our consciousness?
That's where the pain is.
So we should put our consciousness in the soul with Radha and Krishna, not in the mind. Then this pain becomes our reality in life. But then you have the intelligence becomes purified by hearing about Krishna, but also by devotional service. By performing devotional service, Krishna purifies, gives intelligence. Tadami buddhayotam. He gives intelligence. Our spiritual intelligence becomes revived. So these are the methods. The more the mind and intelligence become purified, the less we identify with the body and the mind. The more we identify as a servant of Krishna. The soul is a servant of Krishna, not the body. He used the body in the service of Krishna. He used the mind in the service of Krishna. And otherwise, this illusion is there, this ahankar. And that is also the first realization of Srila Vyasadeva. Can you give me the first canto? First canto. His realizations are explained in the Bhagavatam 174 to 177. So Srila Vyasadeva concentrates because Narada Muni told his spiritual master said you should concentrate on the absolute with devotion and then read the Bhagavatam because you did not glorify sufficiently Krishna in the Vedas that you all compiled. Therefore, you feel morose. So you should, and then 1:7.
Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranita apashyat Krishna maya tadapasya. Famous verse.
Says Jaya Samavito Jiva Atmanam Guna Kam Karopi Mante Nastam Tatshati. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks himself as a material product and undergoes the reactions of material miseries. Yes. that's the illusion. It thinks himself as a material product. Because one does not know that one is the soul and a servant of Krishna, eternally connected with Krishna. Practically, we cannot become disconnected with Krishna. Because everything is connected. But we think we are disconnected. And that's explained in this verse. This is illusion. And that, and as such, the solution Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita is you surrender. Surrender means 1866. Surrender. But how to do that is explained in 1865. Manmana. And then you say Manmana, I think of Krishna, and then Bhagavad back to you become a devotee. A devotee is one who is always thinks of Krishna. The example of this is Prahlad Maharaj was always thinking on the Supreme Lord. And that inspired the Supreme Lord to take care of him as a parent takes care of the child. Because he was always thinking Krishna. So a devotee is one who thinks always of Krishna. So should I call myself a devotee? Check. If you are always thinking of Krishna, then you are a devotee. But sometimes we think of Krishna, sometimes not. It means that we are trying to become a devotee. So never call yourself a devotee. You say, I'm trying to become a devotee. Be humble. That this is important. That we should not present ourselves as devotees. That is not appropriate. So this humility comes by knowledge. That we know the material energy is very strong. Mama Maya Direction, very difficult. But Krishna says, Mahatma Sumamata Devin Paratiyashrita. You must become a Mahatma. A Mahatma is one who knows how to connect with the spiritual energy, to make always the connection. That's our job, to make the connection every moment of a devotee. If we are, every moment we are not making the connection, we are making the connection with this body, thinking ourselves a material product, thinking ourselves our minds, thinking ourselves our intelligence. So this is factual. The effect of the external energy is explained here. And that's the first thing Srila Vyasadeva sees. He sees the material worlds, the spiritual worlds, the Viracharya between, and he sees, oh, those in the material world, they are all in illusion. They are not so intelligent. So what makes the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee, or one who tries to become a devotee in our movement? Even those who are new bhaktas, they are very intelligent. Otherwise, ordinary people cannot understand that they are not a body. It means you have cultivated this already in previous life. That it's all you have got the mercy of a pure devotee, or a combination. But all devotees are, even the new bhakta is very intelligent. And I always say that everyone can learn something from another devotee. Even a new bhakta, an advanced devotee can learn something from a new bhakta even. Because he may know something you don't know.
Correct.
So we should never think ourselves learned in the scriptures. that learning is external. The really being learned is having devotion for Krishna. That's a side thing. Realization. Love Krishna. Yes. No.
I'm just curious, Mars. When Prabhupada says, it's recorded, I have that record. The Prabhupada says that I'm suffering because I should not have taken so many disciples, but I have taken, now I'm suffering. How to understand? Of course, he has his own perspective, but how do I develop a perspective to see in a proper way?
That this how it's called Kaya Dukkha Dukkha or
Dukhi.
that an advanced soul cannot see the suffering of others. And that's also what Prahlad Maharaj says, that I'm not afraid of the material energy, he says, also on the transcendental platform, but I feel great compassion for all those bewildered souls who are after Maya Sukha, trying to exploit, trying to get happiness, illusory happiness for the body, and that's not all. And that's the suffering of an advanced devotee, that he cannot stand, and he will do everything to connect them with Krishna. Even he tries to be more compassionate than Krishna. Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, don't explain this secret for those who are not my devotees, who are not austere, who are not without
Devotional, yeah.
Because they cannot understand, and if you try to explain to them, they become more inimical to Krishna. They make offenses toward the devotee, and they are further away. But still, the devotee wants to be merciful to Krishna, and that is because he feels a happiness that, and that is compassion. Compassion in the dictionary said a feeling of empathy for others, but this is going further. This has an active element to really going to help people. That and therefore, of course, we have to be careful that we may think, oh, I'm going to neglect Krishna's instruction and try to give it to everyone, but it will have heavy reactions. So normally we preach to those who are receptive. That's what Prabhupada also did. He came to America. Who was receptive? These hippies. The hippies had all giving up their old lifestyle, and they were seeking for an alternative, and they were open for it. And so that's the point is you cannot instruct someone who does not want to be instructed by ourselves. But we can be merciful. We can give them Prabhupada's books, and then Prabhupada is preaching to them. And that's very important. He has the power to change them. Yes?
Where we are actually in this spiritual path, how do I do the cross check where I am standing? You said one of the things is Krishna consciousness. So that will help me to cross check as a tool.
Yeah, there are more aspects that, and that's a very intelligent question, because it's very important where we are in the devotion service and how to go to the next stage. We have to check that when we chant, do we have taste for chanting? Is our taste increasing? It's a healthy sign. Then we are making progress. Of course, also the point you make is very important. Do I think of Krishna? That during the day, do I forget Krishna? But it's a cultivation. That so Rupa Goswami said it's a cultivation of cultivating that connection with Krishna every moment, organizing our lives in such a way that we cannot think of anything else than Krishna 24 hours a day. So we need to organize, but we have to follow the instructions of the Goswamis, the nectar of instruction, and nectar of devotion, how to do that. Because I remember that Prahlad Maharaj said in the beginning, in the 70s, he was temple president somewhere here in America. And
Maharaj?
Yeah.
He was in Houston.
yes, but the devotee came a new devotee came and he was chanting every morning, was chanting japa. And he had glasses, and he put on the glasses and around pictures of Krishna, so that when he was chanting, you could see Krishna, think of Krishna.
Really?
And so that went on for some time. But then he started to make walks around the temple. That in the morning japa. But then his circle became bigger, every day bigger, and finally it disappeared.
Rather big circle.
But the point is that
Ramanda
we cannot cultivate our internal development by external adjustments. It's not possible. Many times people think, devotees think, let me go to Vrindavan, there I will become Krishna conscious, that there I will think of Krishna. But they go to Vrindavan and it's the same thing, their anahtas are still there and they cannot think of Krishna. It's not by adjusting your external situation, your karma, it goes with you and so on. It's an internal cultivation and it's a process. We are getting late.
Yeah. They need to go to kitchen, whoever has said.
One final question.
Final question.
Yeah.
Final question.
As per the last statement, Raj, the people are going to Himalayas in India. So they're telling that going to the Himalayas only, they will get the spiritual thing. You have said the Vrindavan we are going and getting conscious of Krishna, right? So I heard so many people and the spiritual masters, they will tell if you go to that place, we will get, if you go to the temple, we will pray. Like the people go to the Himalayas, they will get spiritualist. Like that, their videos tell.
Yeah, going to Vrindavan is good, but don't think I'm going there permanently. All my problems will be solved. But Vrindavan is Krishna's place. You create attachment, and it's good to go for a while, but to be permanently situated there, I think everything will be alright. Now, the illusion is done in the heart. The problem is in the heart that we have to change our desire, right? Desire. Change. Krishna consciousness means just change our desire. Instead of giving our attention to this body and this serving this body, we must desire to serve Krishna. And everything else will come okay. It'll be all right when we do that always. Changing our desires. And all these books are meant to change our desires. That's Krishna consciousness. Because that's the activity of the soul side. So the intention is very important, with which we do things. If we do things, if we chant to get materially happy, you may get material happiness, but no spiritual advance. And still, you are also Zen. So the intention, and that is what Lord Chaitanya said, Tinat Vishnechna, Torah Vishishna, Manamana, Yapnyasadam. Is the internal mode of tolerance, being very humble, not asking any prestige for oneself and giving all prestige to others, and so on. That helps. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Now let us offer our respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Maharaj and all the Vaishnavas who can fulfill the desire of everyone, just like desire tree, who are full of compassion for the fallen conditions. His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Swami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bo.
Thank you, Mom.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.